Welcome back to Lost in Space. I don't know why. I feel like I have to do that every season, so let's review this. What is up, Netflix fans? Welcome back to the channel and working on the set. As you can see, it's a little off balance, but we're going to talk about Lost in Space today, the third and final season of a show that, you know, at this point, after season 3, it feels like it's ending too quickly, but I'm going to tell you guys whether the finale is worth your time or not, and I need you guys in the comments down below. How have you felt about this show thus far, and did you enjoy the final season? Let's do it. So, in Lost in Space Season 3, the stakes are higher than ever, and the Robinson family's survival instincts will be put to the ultimate test. After a year of being trapped on a mysterious planet, Judy, Penny, Will, and the robot must lead the 97 young colonists in a harrowing evacuation, but not before secrets are unearthed that will change their lives forever. Meanwhile, John and Maureen, with Dawn at their side, must battle overwhelming odds as they try to reunite with their kids. The Robinsons will have to grapple with the emotional challenge of not just being lost, but being separated from the ones they love as they face the greatest alien threat that they have seen. And this season of Lost in Space, at least the first half, the first 4 episodes, it feels so drastically different from what we've gotten thus far, right? A lot of this has been a space adventure like we expected, but I believe this, scaling things down just a bit in the first few episodes and seeing all of these young kids, 97 of these colonists being led by the young leaders, and a couple people here and there will talk about it. They were talked about in the trailer, so no major spoilers, and it feels, I don't know if you guys have seen the show on the CW, The 100. I dropped off after a point, but I thoroughly enjoyed the first few seasons. It feels just like that, having to make their way around this planet or this one central location to survive. But along with surviving against the elements, they're surviving against things that they encounter along the way. But all of this is for one purpose, and it's to get things back up and running. It's like we have our destination, we have to get there, but we're also wondering, are we the only ones? Are there others still out there, and others being, in this case, where are our parents, right? And not to go deep into spoilers, but those two storylines, they do at a point kind of cross paths, right? Maybe in a way that is unexpected, but they do nonetheless. And the ultimate goal and mission is to reach the Alpha Centauri, but are they going to be able to do that with what they have to face this season? A season that throws every single thing that they can at our core characters, that allows them to show us what they are truly made of, the heroic nature of some of them, and for others, just kind of not rolling with the punches like you expect. So I love that Season 3 was able to kind of strip down the story just a little bit at first, and then give us a rousing finale that brings us a sense of finality that I think a lot of people were hoping for, but one that I believe capitalizes on this idea even better than its predecessors. Austin, what are you saying? Is this season better than seasons 1 and 2? I think it is. I really do. This is not only a great finale for this show, but it takes the show in a more interesting direction, and a direction I honestly wish it would have gone in, more so in the first 2 seasons. Will is on a mission this season, and a year has passed. These characters, they have changed. Both Will and Judy, they have a lot of things that they have to do in a what seems to be a very short period of time, right? They originally weren't supposed to be on this planet for this long. It's going to be a few weeks, right? Well, it ended up being a year, and now they're kind of stuck in this situation that they almost have to claw themselves out of. And as much as I love the adult characters, John and Maureen, and kind of that bond that the Robinsons have, even when they're clearly not on screen together, and trying their best to find their way back to each other, and every little sliver of information that they can find about Will and about these kids who are just, lone wolfing it, right? And not really. And this was revealed in the trailer. But Parker Posey as Dr. Smith, she is here. And I've always found her to be a character. It's just like, she's always there. She's always up to something. It always seems or feels like she's scheming in the background. But it really feels like her character in this season finds a very distinct role, a role that I thoroughly enjoyed. And Parker Posey, as much as I've disliked the character, you're meant to dislike her at times, Parker Posey plays it in such a way where it it does nothing but allows you to feel the proper emotions in that specific moment. So, I mean, the acting across the board, and you can tell these young actors, Maxwell Jenkins as Will, like I said earlier, establishing himself as almost this force of nature, but a leader and one that you trust, even though there are shady things may be going on in the first few episodes that we will uncover about certain characters. Same goes with Judy, but man, let me tell you, Taylor Russell as Judy, she just keeps getting better. And I can't go into specifics because Netflix, they asked me not to reveal certain things, but I will tell you this. There's something that happens with Judy's character in this season that adds an entirely new dynamic. And when it first happens, and I believe that was in episode 2, I have the biggest, stupidest, dumbest smile on my face. And I think that's the moment in episode 2 when I realized I'm far more invested in this story than I even remembered, right? Because it feels like it's been forever since the last season of Lost in Space. And it's one that's keeping its viewership, and it left us on a cliffhanger, but it's been so long, and I feel the same way about Stranger Things. I'm like, all right, can we get back? Am I really excited as I was? But then when I started watching, episode 1, you're getting back into it. All of these kids on this planet trying to all make their way to this final destination. And then episode 2, you get that gut punch of emotions. Episode 3, there's an epic scene showcasing CGI and cinematography where meteors are coming down. And it was a gorgeously made scene. I mean, it's pretty phenomenal to think that this is a Netflix series, but it looks so cinematic. Like, if I could watch this season on the big screen with the CGI, with the special effects, and the score, which is one of the best television scores I've heard all year, and maybe in any Netflix show ever. And, it's something that I never really focused on in seasons 1 and 2 because, again, I don't think seasons 1 and 2 were as well done as season 3 is. So because I'm so locked in season 3, I'm listening to that score, go along with the emotion, and you have the robot, the moments between he and Will, and your great classic Lost in Space isms, but modernizing it in such a way, and something that I've been looking for in the first 2 seasons. And season 2 mightily improved on season 1, in my opinion, but season 3 does an even better job of throwing everything at us. Everything but the kitchen sink, right? But doing it in a way that doesn't feel jarring. I do believe there were moments where the pacing is a bit iffy because there's so much going on and there's a lot of storylines to balance. And even though they tie up as much as they possibly can, they don't tie up everything. So I don't know if everyone's going to be happy about every single subplot and storyline, but for the most part, Lost in Space Season 3 is one of the best improvements I've seen on any show on the platform, and I had a smile on my face from start to finish. And before I give you guys my score, I'm talking everything on Netflix every single week. So if you guys would like to subscribe to this channel, follow me along in December as we watch everything from Spider-Man to Oscar movies to Netflix series. We have The Witcher Season 2 coming very soon. Be sure to follow along and drop your thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it and if you enjoyed Lost in Space Season 3. The final season raises the stakes and delivers the best batch of episodes yet. The character moments are much improved, but the technical elements of the series should be talked about more. Fans will love this finale. I'm going an 85% with my score. I did not think I would enjoy the final season of Lost in Space this much of an improvement on so many things, from characters to just the technical elements. Oh my God, man. The show looks incredible. And unfortunately, I don't know if it's going to be talked about on the level that it should. So what I need you guys to do, and I've got to do it myself too, all right? Take my own advice. We need to talk about Lost in Space. And yes, 3 seasons of television. Sure, it takes a bit to get going, but once you get locked in, I think this should be a huge recommendation for everybody. Just give the kudos to the series that it deserves. I believe the final season deserves all the talk it's inevitably going to get. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know how you felt about the finale, what you would change, what you wouldn't change, and if you would like to see me talk spoilers, I'll see you guys very soon.